Hey everyone, so for today's video I thought I'd bring you through my process of using the OP-1 to sample my modular. I don't know why I brought this out here just for this shot. And I wanted to bring you through the process of how I sample the modular into the OP-1 directly into the tape track to kind of build a jam. This is just a quick improv session and I kind of manually put in everything, so it's very human and sloppy. It's not like a pristine product. And I just wanted to disclaim a couple of things. Number one, I'm having a bit of noise issues that I'm having trouble diagnosing. I spent like 20 minutes on it before recording the video and just said, screw it. It wasn't worth my time and it doesn't really have that big of an effect on the product. So just to let you know, there's some noise there. Also, secondly, there is some post-processing done in Logic Pro 10. I put a bit of EQ on the final product and there's also just a little bit of saturation too. But the mix output from the OP-1 isn't divided into tracks or anything. It's all one track representing that final mix directly running out from the OP-1. But yeah, I'll go over some of the textures that I developed on the modular and route those into the OP-1 and then lay some drums over the top and then use some of the OP-1 synth engines to add bass and other textures. Okay, let's hop right into it. Okay, so hopefully this noise won't be too much of an issue. You can't really hear it unless I turn the synths down and it kind of comes in. But even with a little bit, it's kind of like a nice white noise. I don't know if it's technically white noise, but maybe it'll fit the vibe. Okay, so I just have a simple patch from Tides here. And I'm manually adjusting the relationship between the notes being output. And I'm just going to record that into the tape. And let's take a listen. Okay, cool. That metronome is super annoying, but it is serving a purpose right now, so we're going to leave it. Let's bring in, see, there's that noise. If I turn the synth up, it goes away. Kind of. Okay, let's bring in a little guitar patch from Morphagene. This is from just a strummed electric guitar into my Zoom recorder, routed straight into the Morphagene, and then chopped up. And I got the morph knob cranked, and the morph knob basically overlaps and plays layers over each other in varying pitches and octaves once you crank it past a certain point. So it gets this cool layered glitchy sound, which I love. And I'm just going to record a take of that over what we already have and play around with it on the Morphagene. And I'm going to turn the metronome down just to listen back. And actually, before I do that, I am going to pan, because I love panning. I think it helps to separate the sound, especially on the OP-1. I like that little accidental note in there, that. Okay, cool. And the third layer I have is from Mutable Instruments Beats. I have a single one of the notes from the Tides patch running into beads. And then have it all granularly stretched out and messed up on beads. And what I'm going to do is put that on the opposite side of the patch from Morphagene, because they're both kind of weird, glitchy textural things, and I want to have them separated so you can hear the detail on each of those. I have this running through a filter too, so I'm just gonna mess around with the settings on that while I record this pad. Okay, cool. So all together, we have this. And I'm going to turn the reverb on just a hair. And I'm going to see what drums we can start adding in. Just a simple kick patch. And I'm gonna make it really crispy. I know we like to clip a lot on the OP-1, or at least I do. Okay, so I'm gonna need my metronome back in here for the kick part. And something that I do is, I tend not to use the sequencers too much on the OP-1, as cool as they are. I just kind of like manually punching everything in for some reason. So I'm going to do that with the kick, but I'm going to mute everything but the pad. And I'm just going to do 4 on the floor. All right, let's do it. Okay. And I did a little halftime thing. Whoops. I did a little halftime thing on that third bar. What I really like about the internal compression on the OP-1 is that kick is really pulling down that pad, and it gives it some room. All right, so I'm gonna find a snare sound that I like. I kind of like that. Kind of like a retro snare hit. Let me see if I can mess with the envelope. Okay, and I'm going to put it over this panned track. So what I'm going to do, in case I mess up, which I might, is I'm going to lift that track and then paste it back down. So now it's copied, right? So if I mess up, I can just, I can undo that and paste the old track over it. So we're just going to try to live record that in. Okay, cool. So now I want to get a cymbal of sorts. I'm kind of thinking a ride cymbal would be cool for this one. And I'll put that over the kick. I'm just going to play around a bit with some sounds. Yeah, I actually really like the sharpness of that. All right, again, we're going to lift and paste down in case I mess this up. And let's just go for it. Okay, this sound is sick. And I'm going to add it in, I think, on the left side. Again, I'm just going to play around with where it might sound best. And now we have to think about where we have tracks coming in and out when we want to build the piece, because we're going to be glued to having this clicky snare in the middle of, say, a pad or a glitchy part if we lay it down there. But we'll see what happens. Okay, so I might put a compressor on this actually. Yeah, that sounds pretty sick. Okay, so again, lift and paste and record. Okay, so things are texturally sounding pretty cool, but we need some more essence, right? I think we need maybe a bass synth, but I might not record the bass synth into the track. I might just play that over top everything. But maybe I can find like another type of synth to layer on top. But let me play around with that bass synth. I'll just leave the initial pad here. That's all sounding so dirty and kind of sloppy together, but in all honesty, I'm really into it. So oh, that sounds like it's a polyphonic patch. Yeah, I want that to be mono. What does the unison sound like? Nah. Let's just go mono. Okay, and I'm just gonna play with some of the master drive and EQ settings for a bit, because I think this could sound a little bit better than it does. I also might layer another kick drum over the pre-existing kick, which sounds crazy, but this is sounding a little weak to me. It's a nice kick sound, but if I play every other with that kick on top of it, I think it might do something. So let's go for that. Okay, kind of went off the cuff there, but just wanted to add a little bit more texture. Which patch was I using for my bass synth? I may have been using 4, or I may have been using 8, but it sounds a little muddy, and I like what's on 4, so I'm just going to tweak that to take that hissy edge off. Okay, I think that's a good spot for the bass. All right, so I'm just gonna mess around with the track, do a little jam, and then we can call it. This has been fun. All right, let's play around. Yeah, I don't know, something kind of like that. That was pretty fun. I could work on building it a little more, but I think that turned into a nice little jam for, it was like 25 minutes, 25 minutes of improv and recording after setting up some patches, running through my modular in the same key. Yeah, I'll take that. All right. Thanks for hanging out today. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.